Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. We got JC Latham here. All right, JC Latham, top 10 pick, Tennessee Titans. JC, you had some hot takes.
Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, a lot of things talking.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna have to watch. JC Latham, welcome to Caps Off, man.
What's up, man? Glad to be here.
Wow, that was low. You got a little like a seductive low voice to you right there.
I try to lock it in. So.
We're at your home right now, your beautiful home in Nashville.
Yes, sir.
You've allowed me into your home. I don't know why, but thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Thought it was be pretty cool. It's the off day. We get 3 extra days off going into week 1. Got my family here, and I invited teammates over later for the game. So didn't want to be gone for anybody at the house. So and I'm not I try to be a low key ducked off guy, but with certain things like this, I'm not too much written off to say people can't come over. So having company over is never a bad thing.
Your little brother was telling me to ask you about him kicking your ass, and I think it was Madden specifically.
No,
that doesn't happen.
It's never. He's beaten me. It was a lot more frequent when we were younger, and then after. So I ain't gonna lie. So I take every game I play serious.
Yeah,
like. Heavy research, figure out what's what
in Madden.
So in everything. So like Madden, I remember I think it was 23 or 24, whichever Madden it was.
They're all the same. It doesn't matter these days. Yeah. They're all the exact same.
I bought a ebook from Throne, and I remember my mom when I was in high school. I was watching like his YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And seeing like him compete at like in Madden at like the top competitions and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
So I bought I told my mom, I was like, man, I always thought about like buying an ebook and learning how he calls his plays and all this other stuff. And then my mom was like, well, just buy the book. And I was like, that's kind of frowned upon.
Yeah, you can't do that
in the community. And then after a while, I get extremely busy. So that's when I was like, I just told myself, I was like, I'm gonna buy the book because I'm just too busy to learn it myself.
I'm shocked you're saying you're buying a book though, so, like with YouTube and everything.
And it really wasn't really like a book. It's more, well, it is a book, but it's more of like a, he'll go over like his schemes of what he does. I really bought it because the thing that really got big, especially my junior year, is a thing called meta.
Yeah.
So basically, and it's really corny. I hate it so much, and everybody hates it for real. Because basically, people like will wait tirelessly to find a glitch in the game. Yeah. To be like, oh, let's find what can go wrong here. So people try to like figure out ways, and especially on defense, like to exploit it. So I gotta catch that.
By the way, for anyone listening or anyone watching, we're watching the end of Ohio State Texas right now.
Yeah, minute
so
34.
We have it going on outside. We're watching.
4th and 5 just dropped the drag route. But anyway, yeah, so people like, and I remember it was mid blitz. That was the really big thing. Yeah. Like everybody loved running mid blitz because O-line, for whatever reason, you wouldn't be able to pick up on it. They send extra, then you can block, even if you block the running back. And then there was a glitch where the DN would always just get upfield and get a sack, right? Like Madden, they tried to take it out to where they basically, if you ran mid blitz, they would freeze like a D lineman, but it wasn't guaranteed every play. So like guys would just run it every single play. So.
Oh, he didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
Texas didn't get it.
That was a great stop.
I didn't realize you're a Madden nerd like that.
Yeah, so I got into it heavily, and after that, I rarely lost, like, because it was so deep. It wasn't even like learning the scheme. It was like you would learn the scheme, and then you would have access to like the channels, the private channels on how they run it, and the opportunities from tournaments or just practice or random games. Yeah. And then you also had a Discord to where like you and everybody else who bought it and MMG themselves and Throne.
Craziest, most
So like they would
insanely thought out thing I've ever seen.
And we also played a lot of Ultimate Team, and I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like PA Scissors or something like that, whatever it was. Where you ran basically a slant go. You ran a slant go, and the receiver 2 next to you on the right, he would run a corner or whatever it might be, and then the receiver 1 on the left would run a drag, and then the receiver on the right would run, another corner basically. So it was meant to attack every level, right? So it was really hard to stop it because it was like it was attacking every single level. Then you can audible the running back to make him run a Texas route or a flat. Whatever it might have been. So, so in that, got to talk about how to stop stuff like that. So.
Well, I'm curious then. JC Latham, member of the Tennessee Titans, does he play with the Titans in Madden? You can't.
I do sometimes.
Bullshit.
No, I do.
Well, now with Cam, I think I would, but
yeah.
So who's your team in Madden?
So I haven't really played like Madden in that regard of like playing with the team specifically. But I know for a fact that like because they just added this mode. I don't know if it was in it last year, where you can play online, like 2s and 3s. So you can play with your homeboy against somebody else's team. But like I know last year it was Ultimate Team and it was something else. But you really couldn't play like a play now game of you and your friend versus someone and their friend.
Right.
So that's what we do now. So we play with Lamar a lot.
Who wouldn't want to play with Lamar?
Yeah, so he's really good. Lamar and Derrick Henry, but yeah, I mean, you know, we mix it in there. We randomize it sometimes, whatever it might be. But we just like, I mean, it's a video game, so like, we don't do it a lot. But when we play 2-on-2 against whoever, we just like to do a lot of cheese. So whatever it is, so we'll literally go like 14 personnel and just run quarterback power or something like that. Just having fun.
Hey,
like we're not taking it that serious.
Why
honestly.
should you?
Yeah. So,
do you have a favorite team in the NFL that's obviously not the Titans? Going from playing with people in Madden, like, and I'm talking about from a fan's perspective, right? Not necessarily something from like I want to go play there or I really like that team. It's more so when you sit back, your game's over at 1:00 because you guys play obviously in the AFC South. Do you get home and you're like, I want to watch that team? I have a favorite team in the NFL. Does JC Latham have a favorite team or player in the NFL, I guess?
Player. There's a lot of players that I like.
Yeah.
I feel like they just make the game fun to watch, whether it's from an offensive or defensive perspective. They make the game like Jamar Chase. Like seeing how he, like, and I remember talking about it last year because he didn't, like, he was holding out. He wanted a contract.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he started, I wouldn't say it was a slow start, but, you know, losing a couple games, kind of from the outside looking in, seemed like a slow start.
Right.
And it was just one of the, in my opinion, like the craziest thing because after that, he goes on to be like
the
Triple Crown winner. Like, it was just
that's
insane. So it was like watching him play was like just what the things that he did, you know, was really cool. And then I like to watch guys in my class, especially.
Yeah.
I take a lot of pride in that. So seeing guys like, you know, Cooper DeJean, especially when he made that fourth down stop on Jamar Chase was really impressive.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of guys, you know, like watching a lot of old linemen play like Mims and Joe Alt and guys of that nature, Olu Fashanu whenever he got his chance. And yeah, I mean, just guys of that caliber. I try not to really like all over a defensive player.
Yeah, of course. But you're also going up against a lot of defensive guys, so it's a little bit different. You admire what they're able to do, especially, and then you take it a step further, how they're able to almost take advantage of you playing on the offensive line.
And so I respect their games a lot. I know one thing that I do definitely appreciate is quarterback play. But like not saying like I'm some seasoned vet or whatever it might be, but just seeing the caliber of like different quarterbacks in the league and just how they approach the game differently. Like seeing how Joe Burrow can always stay out of sacks and you know, make a play and extend the play and the arm angles of Matthew Stafford and just how like he can sling the ball around. It's amazing. And seeing like Cam just in a short amount of time that I've been able to see, you know, him perform and how he was just able to just get so much better. It's like, it's really cool to watch. So I love seeing, you know, just the different traits in quarterbacks as well. And then obviously Lamar. So
dude, Lamar's ridiculous. By the way, I cannot believe you're wearing a hoodie right now. It's so fucking hot out.
So I keep my house really, you know, really
I like it. Well, I'm from Miami. So for me, I need to walk in at 62 degrees.
Yeah,
I need it to be freezing.
Yeah, I like it. I like it really
shit.
cold. I keep it like 66 in the house. So yeah, that's why I got this on. Yeah, it was a little toasty outside though.
I'm curious because Cam obviously being the guy for the Tennessee Titans right now, who does Cam Ward remind you of, past or present, the most?
Yeah.
That you're sitting going into the 2025 NFL season being like, Cam Ward reminds me of this guy, or Cam Ward reminds me of that guy. Like who? Because you just talked about Stafford, you obviously talked about Josh, Joe, Lamar, all these guys. I'm curious. Like for me, for you, I guess I'd say, who would Cam Ward be? I don't even know. Because to me, he's a wild card.
That's all I was going to say. Like, we obviously, and it's so funny. I get so excited to play another team. Yeah. Because playing our own defense, like, at some point you can kind of ask anybody on the team, like, you can see, like, how coaches gear up to sometimes just beat our defense. So like we run plays to where if it's a pin and pull, like we'll tag on quarterback, like read it basically, because what guys would do, especially at higher levels, the backside defensive end, he'd be on block because it's pin and pull, getting ran to the opposite side, so he would just chase it down, right? Now the downside to that is if we have if you're faking it for a boot or whatever it might be, then you'll catch them lacking or whatever it is. But also we tack the read on because if you want to crash, we can just pull the ball and run it. Seeing that and then seeing Cam's athletic ability to run the ball, it's good. It's really good. It's not like Lamar,
well,
obviously.
It doesn't have to be Lamar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's really good though. So knowing that he has the capability of running, but knowing him more, like the more you get to talk to him, like you'll hear he loves to pass the ball. Yeah, like he loves to.
Well, he's a gunslinger.
Yeah,
I'm a Miami fan.
Yeah, so
I wanted to go to Miami, but I was a spring admission because I'm too dumb. Yeah. But I want to go to Miami. I'm a Miami fan. I'm going to the game tomorrow. So, man, Cam's the real deal. Yeah, so he loves throwing the ball, and I mean, I'm not finna sit up here and put titles on his name on who he could be and whatever it might be, but that's for me to do.
You see you see some of the throws that he makes in tight windows, and you get excited. And I remember one day he was in and I can't remember like why I wasn't in, but I was watching it from the side, and the throw that he threw, it was a deep out route.
Was it the training camp? No, the training camp throw that went viral it wasn't an out route.
Yeah, this one was an out route, or maybe it might have been a crossing route, but it ended up on the sideline. And I'm looking, and I'm like, man, that's picked off. Like, unless you, I'm telling myself, like, unless you put it in that small little pocket on the out of bounds marker, that's a pick. And I don't even think the receiver was truthfully, and I'm not trying to rag on the receiver, but I don't think he was really ready for it because it took a while to get there, but that's why I was like, that's a pick, because if it's not anywhere but that spot, it's going to get picked off. And it hit the spot right on. And it hit the receiver in his hands. Right. But like I said, I don't think because the DB went for it, but it went right over the DB's hands and right into the pocket. And I was like, man, you got it. That was an amazing throw. And seeing how he performed, especially in Tampa, like seeing the windows and the pockets that he was able to throw receivers into, and deep balls and whatever it might be, that was awesome. So I get really excited about it.
I'm excited as a fan. I feel like also you just hit it on the head. The best quarterbacks that will go on to become like the top fives, the lethal guys, I feel like the wide receiver shouldn't expect it coming early on, right? Like in a way, you almost got to sit back and be like, holy fuck, how did he get it there, right? Yeah. Like, it's one of those things, and I feel like Cam does have that. Yeah,
Cam has been he's lived up to the hype thus far. He's done a really good job. He's captain of the team, captain of the offense, which is really impressive for a rookie. So, you get excited to play with a guy like that, to be able to block for a guy like that, and to start the season with somebody like that. So,
you got all the bugs out here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where they come from. Like this. Clean area.
It's probably me. I got sweet blood. I'm real sweet. JC, I got to ask you. The biggest thing just happened in the NFL. Yeah. The biggest thing of the NFL offseason just happened. Micah Parsons to the Packers. Yeah. JC, you play on the Titans. You play on the offensive front. You don't have to go against Micah. Yeah. But what are your initial thoughts? Like, I got to know. You're an NFL player. You're playing these guys on Sunday. What are the initial thoughts to Micah Parsons going to the Packers?
I find it funny this happened a year after we played him. Yeah. So I wanted to know, like, dang, imagine if you had to play him this year.
I wouldn't want to do that.
That'd be crazy. It'd be really fun. I love playing guys like that because you always find ways to get better, win or lose. So it'd be fun. But now the Packers, I mean, that's a young team. I think I heard they were the youngest team. Yeah.
I think they still are too.
Yeah, and I was saying they just got Micah Parsons. Crazy. So, and it was even more funny. I was talking to my homeboy brother Dallas Turner. He plays with the Vikings.
Yeah, of course.
And we were talking about the conferences, and talking about our conference and his conference. Yeah. And the changes with the Lions, and how the Bears might stack up, and the Packers. And we were saying, like, the Packers really haven't made too much noise, like in a positive or negative manner. They didn't really lose nobody. They also didn't really gain any. I mean, it's I mean, they gave away Jair, and I thought it was a big deal. And talking to people who were invested into, that's what they say. He was really injured, so it really, as a great player he is, it really wasn't a loss because he wasn't as available, and that's 100%. A really big deal. And so he was like, yeah, man. So he was really excited for his conference, and then that happened, and I was like,
you're
holy
like,
God.
fuck.
Like, and then it's even, I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see. That's a game. I get excited over games for matchups because, answer your earlier question, week 1 they played the Lions.
Yeah.
So Penei Sewell. So
Dude.
that's a matchup I'm really excited to see. And then I remember I was thinking just like I think last year they went 4 for 5.
Yeah.
On fourth downs, the Packers or the Lions versus the Packers.
Crazy pull of the stat.
Yeah. So I think I always think like, what would that stat look like now that Micah's there?
Interesting.
Like, so you get a chance to see a guy like that, and does it affect Dan Campbell's fourth down decision making, or is he still going to say screw it, go for it, however it might be? He's a very aggressive coach, but. So I get excited about that. And then they lost Ben Johnson, a couple O-line guys, retired or whatever it might be. I
don't think that's going to be that big of a deal, though. I think, like, maybe it's just us media, and I don't even know why I said us. I'm definitely not. I'm the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the media.
You're media. You got a good base, you know what I mean? So.
Sure. But I think the Lions aspect is overstated.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, in my opinion, has known that this was coming.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn being gone. There's no fucking way in hell that he's not sitting there saying this team is going to regress enough where we're going to feel the loss of Ben Johnson. We're going to feel the loss of Aaron Glenn. I'm not worried.
See,
as a fan, you shouldn't be worried about the Lions.
And I think more so like, and maybe that's not the case, but I think more so like you see kind of the offensive flair that Ben Johnson brought to the Lions and everything they did. So it's like, it opened up their offense to a new extent. And then you see how their defensive coordinator, even with the loss of everybody, were able to still rally and keep winning games.
Yeah.
So, obviously, they're getting Aiden Hutchinson back, which is a really big piece for them. And a lot of other guys that were injured. Terrion's going into year 2.
Yep.
But, I think scheme plays a big part.
Right.
And, I wonder, like, how they're scheming. You get a majority of the questions answered week 1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, scheme will play a majority of the part. But I think I definitely can say that it's not impossible, but it's harder to play without a good O-line.
Yeah.
You see guys like Joe Burrow who's made it to the Super Bowl and he was the most sacked quarterback.
Totally.
And I think honestly, I'm not trying to blame the O-line or whatever
no, but
might
that's
be. They
fair.
went against Aaron Donald in that game specifically, but you watch that game and you see how Jamar Chase was wide open.
Totally.
He broke off Ramsey and just playing ball. So like I said, I'm not trying to hate on nobody, whatever it might be, but he broke off Ramsey and but Joe Burrow got sacked. So you have a line that or just a play that can provide that protection. Burrow could win the Super Bowl on that play alone. So you think about, people kind of don't think too much of how an O-line can play a part because all of it works together. If you can't create dents or cavities within the front 7, then you're not really setting up the third down very well. You're putting guys in 3rd and long, and if you're in a 3rd and long situation, then it makes it really hard for receivers and everybody else to kind of do their job because now the format of how the defense is going to play is going to change. So and then eventually you get enough of those. Now you're down, and now you got to play 2-minute drill and. You're just playing into the defensive hands at that point, basically.
Well, you just hit it. It was another thing that's interesting.
Put the game on, sorry.
Yeah, no, put it on. I'm curious, as someone who plays on the offensive line, I feel like us fans, the first place we are always going to blame when a team blows will be the offensive line if they are the issue. As someone who plays on the O-line, what does that do for you mentally when the media and us fans start going crazy on like social, blaming the offensive line? Like, what does that feel like? From your perspective,
honestly, I think it's
because I do it as a Dolphins fan. I want to be very clear. I very much point to the offensive line.
I think it's fair in most cases. In some cases, what I've noticed over the little bit of time that I've been in the NFL, but also my last years of college, is like people kind of acknowledge like, oh, hey, that wasn't all the offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't want to blame nobody, but say if the back didn't pick up, or say the back left the pocket and somebody green dogged and got a sack, or the tight end messed up, whatever it might be. It could be on the O-line, but it's a lot of other factors that go into the into the equation of what it could be. But I take pride in that though, because it gives me something to work more towards. And I think honestly it keeps us as linemen humble because we're not a blame group. We're not that's your fault or we're good, that was on him.
Right.
Like if you want to say we gave up 10 sacks in a couple games, whatever it might be, even though that we know that's not the case, it keeps us kind of sharp because like we know that if we ever do give up something like that, we know what this is finna turn into. So we kind of try to stay true to our nature.
It also keeps you accountable, right? In some ways, but it's got to be hard. Like I feel like mentally, that's got to be hard, especially after like a season, your rookie year.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna get into it, and I want to talk about it. There's so much to fucking talk about. Before we even get into anything football, I was saying this before to you. You look good. You look fucking good, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You looking in shape. You looking cut. You had yourself an offseason. You lost like 20, 30 pounds, right?
Like 30, 40.
So, first of all, I read you're now consuming 2,300 calories a day.
Around that, yeah. So today's not one of those days.
Yeah, no shit. I saw what's back there. But I went to Google. Google says for someone like you, you should be consuming at least 4,300 calories a day. How is JC Latham surviving on 2,300 calories?
Yeah, so sleep plays a big part. You try to stay asleep until like 8 o'clock. And then it gives me priority and responsibility to like, hey, let me make sure I work out right away.
Yeah.
Workout will probably take 2 hours.
Right.
So I get up, I might, this is off season, play some video games, whatever it might be. And then I go work out at like 10.
Yeah.
Get done around 11:30, 12. By then it's lunchtime.
Right.
You eat your pretty big lunch. And then what my chef would do, he'd make it'd be like egg white sandwiches or tuna sandwiches or anything that's really low cal, maybe 200 to 400 calories
with
for
enough
a snack.
protein and everything, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be my snack I'll have around 3 o'clock, and then
That's your first meal?
No, my meal will be right
have that meal when you
at
have a
12.
snack.
So he'll my chef will be making he'll start whenever he starts, but he'll have it done around like 12:30 so I can come home, shower, and then eat. And then I'll have my snack around like 3:30, 4. Dinner will be at like 6:30, 7. And if I feel like grabbing like what we've been on, especially at the end of summer, was rice cakes. So yeah, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. If you want to get some rice cakes, sprinkle some honey on there. Yeah, get that.
I had one yesterday, actually.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. And then have just try to fill up on water as much as you can, and then fast at night. So
do you feel a difference? You have to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I felt it the first time I put on pads. I felt last year, especially towards the end of the year, I felt like my pads were kind of suffocating me.
Yeah.
Obviously I was a lot bigger, that played a part. But I remember for sure, like when I put the pads on for the first time, I just felt so loose, and I felt so like agile and quick, especially when I was doing my workouts. So there was a major notice that went into that for sure.
Well, I feel like you also probably felt more confident putting on the pads. I feel like there's a different aspect. Like when you're someone that starts to work out, like even take away a football player, when you start to work out, those first like 3 weeks to 6 weeks of working out aggressively, you put on a shirt that you used to put on 3 weeks before or something, and you just feel different. You may not look totally different, you just feel different. You feel more confident. I feel like it's got to be the same when you put on the pads.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of confidence, and that's why one of the reasons I get excited from our team is because Sweat, Jeff, a lot of other guys, but more on the big guys side. We all lost a lot of weight. So we came back. I think Sweat was 355. He told me today. Jeff lost 20 pounds. I think he's 300 now.
Crazy.
I lost my weight. So like just having a group of guys, and for Sweat, this was more recent for him, but for everybody else, we came to the OTAs with the agenda. So we all, Sweat had that same agenda, obviously, but he had some personal things going on that he eventually called to us like 2 weeks after OTAs, where we were all loss of weight. Totally. So it was really cool to see, and really added a lot of confidence to the team that we all showed up by the end of OTAs and going into training camp in a new weight, a new shape, and ready to go. So that was really exciting. I'm
curious. In 2 years now, we've seen a team like the Commanders with a rookie quarterback take the jump. Is the game on yet? Do we have the Bama game's on at 3?
I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's at 2:30.
2:30? Then let's get the game on.
Let's see. Alabama figures official.
What do we know what channel's it on?
See, I got YouTube TV. It says 2:30.
So put on. Well, that's go to live maybe up top.
Man, if it's not on YouTube TV.
Dude, we gotta upgrade your packages then. What the fuck are we doing here?
That's what I'm saying, man.
$15 million signing bonus and you fucking cheaping out on your Bama? That's crazy.
Let's see. Oh wait, actually, let's see.
Maybe it's after one of these games. Maybe one of the games is going over. Let's check. Let's see. Before we keep going.
That could be.
Because I want to talk about Bama, and I feel like it's only right. Let's see. What is? See, now I know you're feeling hot. Now I know you're feeling.
No,
sweaty.
I'm not even. I'm just.
I'm sweating trying to get this game on. Let's see. Here we go. Alabama. It hasn't kicked off yet. ABC. So it'll be on. Keep going
ABC
left.
Is it ABC?
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Did you? I didn't see it.
I swear I saw ABC.
CBS, ESPN. Maybe
ABC, right there. Yeah. So after the Tennessee game.
Okay. Yeah. So it's probably.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. I gotta see the boys. Gotta see the guys.
Well, then should we just talk about Bama before anything? I want to talk Bama. Like,
talk Bama.
What the fuck is it like playing for Alabama football, man?
Yeah. My first real, and I should have seen the signs earlier. My first real this is what it takes to be great here was he had a program called fourth quarter program.
Nick Saban, you're talking about?
Yeah. So Nick Saban had that program, and in college or in high school when I was coming out, I was telling Saban, I was like, hey. When do I have time? Because we went over the schedule, and I was like, when do I have time to train by myself? Like, when do I have time to work by myself and get better? He was like, everything will happen here. You'll be good, X, Y, and Z. And I was like, part of me was like, well, this is Nick Saban telling me, but the other part of me was like, I was kind of looking forward to getting some work in on my own. So he said that, and then I get there, and I got there today, January 13th when they played Ohio State in the national championship game. And I just remember everybody all the coaches were like, hey, don't worry about working out.
Yeah.
You can work out in 2 weeks. So I was like, 2 weeks? I'm kind of out. At the time, I was really fired up. Yeah. I've always been fired up. But I was really fired up at this time. And we started workouts and lifts. And I just remember I was like, okay, these lifts are pretty hard. But it's nothing I can't handle. I'll see what, later on holds. And when the fourth quarter program hit, I've never done something like that. Was insane.
What is Nick Saban's fourth quarter program?
Man, so it's like a combination of mat drills and extensive running and dynamic movements taken to the roof and out and beyond. There is no. I think you get a minute break or 30 seconds break. I can't remember, but that's the whole break you get from the whole an hour straight. So once that literally they have a clock. And once that clock strikes, I think it was 4 o'clock for us. Maybe I can't really be exact, but I think it was 4 o'clock. Once that clock strikes 4 o'clock, all whistles are blowing, shirts better be tucked in, everybody better be on the line. And they're so detailed with it. There is no asking hey, what do we do here?
Right.
Hey, what is this?
You better know.
Exactly. So you better know, but also they take all the freshmen through a kind of crash course the week before.
God.
But what I didn't know was they broke it up. This is how much work it is. They broke up 1 day's work over 5 days. And it was good work. So I just remember being in there and I was like, everybody was like, oh, how was it? I was like, man, I'm good. I was like, no, man.
That's just
all of that was 1 day. Yeah. So I was like, I'll be straight. It wasn't nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So then in all the other meetings, they'll be like, hey, so this is how we're going to break up fourth quarter. It's going to be this. You're going to be over here. Yeah. You're going to be matched up with him, X, Y, and Z. So when you start, there is no asking questions. There is no, so what do you want? None of that stuff. And Saban hates if you're not doing it right.
I'd fuck this up so fast.
Man. So it was really intense. And, so I just remember the first day, I say 35, 45 minutes in or however long it took. But
yak face?
I've never thrown up for a workout. No matter how hard it was, I've never thrown up. It was the craziest thing. But my back went tight. I couldn't really walk. And everything was starting to go black. And I've never been there before. So I was like, yo, I think I'm finna pass out.
Yeah, you're going
like
down.
I've never passed out before.
Oh,
but
I passed
I'm
out many times.
Yeah, I think I'm finna like. It's,
Clammy
it's
hands?
starting
Clammy
to.
hands?
I truly couldn't feel my body. At this
Oh,
point.
you're going down. You're going down.
So, and that's when he was like, go see the trainer. If you pass out, we'll get you back up and you're going to finish the workout. And I'm like, this is Evan Neal. So I'm like, I don't think he said finish the workout. I can barely walk.
Also, you're probably thinking he's fucking around.
So I go to the trainer and I kid you not, this is like when I was like, oh, this is different. Like, so I go to the trainer and trainers, assessing me out, and Saban's, if my asshole hurts, I'm going to still take a shit. Why are we fucking stopping? Keep fucking going. And like that right there, like I was like, yo, this is insane. Like after that, they were like, hey, like no matter what, don't stop.
Did you pass out though?
I didn't pass out. I couldn't finish. So I tried, showing how much I wanted to finish by even when they blew the whistle. Dude. I tried to finish another one just to show, but like that was insane. Like it was the craziest thing ever that I've done. And I think anybody who's ever was there I think honestly, in my opinion, my 3 years there were the hardest as far as fourth quarter was. But the guys who were there before, like Malachi Moore, Tim Smith, those guys, Will Anderson, the guys who were there before that, like John Mechie,
right,
Mac Jones, Najee Harris, like all those guys, like they did a more, like Saban kind of tempered it off just a little bit. Yeah. Like to where like if last year we started off with 12 and then went to 10, he would start off with 10 and then go to 8.
Interesting.
So it was like, it was still really hard, but it took a year for him to take 2 laps off. So like, you know what I mean? But now I don't know how it is now. I'm sure it's still extremely hard. But that was just to a extremely different degree. But yeah, I remember like every single day I was dying. Now it got to the point, and this is how, and I pride myself being in great shape. I didn't fit.
But this is pre-2,300 calories too. This is your college diet.
This is college.
So,
and I remember vividly, like the best I was able to do. Now it was really the long distance running. Yeah. Like, when it came to the 8 station, 4 station days, like I was good on those. But when it came to the long distance runs, like I remember it was like I tried to always do one more extra, but I was never able to just purely dominate every single run. Like my sophomore year, like when I became a starter, that's when I knew I was like ready to ball. Like I dominated every single run. Like every single one I was finishing like first or top of the line and with the bigs, and like just kept going. Right. But like that freshman year, like I never finished like the whole 4-week block or however long it was. I never finished like all the runs. Like say if it was 12 runs that year, I finished the first time half of them. Yeah. And then the next time it'd be like 7, then 8, then 9. You know what I mean? But it never got all the way to 12. And I was just like, and it was insane. Like, and guys, no one could ever say, oh, he didn't work hard.
Awful.
Or so it's like I put forth everything I could do into it. Like and to like add on to like not even being dramatic, a guy actually passed out. Like
who was it?
I don't want to say his name.
We can bleep it out. I can bleep it out.
Yeah, I don't want to say.
We'll say it after. Okay.
He's still there. He's in my class. So if you guys can figure it out from there, I'm sure he doesn't care about it. He's an extremely great guy. Works extremely hard. Wish nothing but the best for him. But yeah, no, he passed out, and it was the craziest thing because it was a tornado that was a few miles away, right? So everything got shut down. So we're thinking like, oh, we're not going to work out.
You're not going to work out. Yeah, I know where this is going.
So we're working out.
Yep.
So that threw us off one. So we're working out, and then obviously since the tornado nearby, things aren't really stable. Yeah. Half the lights get turned off. Like it's not turned up, but like they just shut down.
And you keep going.
So exactly, like we're thinking we're gonna stop. He's like, who told y'all to stop? Keep going. So we keep going. Yo. Then he passed out. So he passed out, and he's just like laying there on the ground. Yeah. Like first he threw up. I think he threw up a lot before, and then passed out. So like that was like it was just insane, like to see that. And then like we're thinking like, okay, tornado, lights off, throw up, and he passed out.
We're done.
No.
Nope. Keep going.
He moves the cones to go around him, and trainers come on the field, but we're still running. It was like I was like, yo, like I saved him. Like, you know what I mean? It's happened in practice to where like, and every guy, if you ever ask the guy who went to Bama, like guys are gonna get hurt. That's just the nature of Bama. Yeah. And every guy can tell you a story about how a guy got hurt on the field during practice, and we just flip it around. Yeah. Trainers go see him. We're gonna flip it around. We're gonna go the opposite way now. So, and it's just like the guy could. Like I remember specifically, like this is funny. I'll say the name on this because this is pretty funny. Dallas Turner and Terrion. It was I think it was a 7-on-7 or whatever it might have been. They were in pads, so I can't remember exactly what it was. But I know I wasn't over there. Like the line wasn't over there, so I can't remember.
It's crazy that they're in the same division now too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So Terrion was obviously in coverage on this play. We dropped Dallas in the coverage. And Dallas, being the freak athlete he's tracking the ball. Yeah. So, I ain't gonna lie, the video is extremely funny. I'm glad Terrion's okay. So Dallas drops back in coverage, and he's tracking the ball, and being 250 or whatever Dallas is, jumps in the air to go pick it off. Terrion didn't see him.
I know exactly.
So Terrion went to go, and Dallas just steamrolls Terrion, and Terrion's just KO'd, on the ground,
knocked
unconscious on the ground. And then I think we just flipped the drill around and did whatever we could do to get him up. But yeah, he was done for the day, which I don't think I've seen that before.
I would want to know Terrion's side of it now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's hit his he just I don't know if it was extremely funny though. But because we didn't even know, because I think that's how it was still we were knowing that Saban was flipping it around, because I remember Dallas he didn't know Terrion got knocked out, because when we flipped the field around and we just kept going, or they just kept going. And after practice or the next day or whatever, when we saw Terrion again, he was like, "Bro, I was asleep, I was going, you know what I mean?" Because when we watched the video, Dallas was trying to Superman jump and catch the ball, you know what I mean? So he's diving head into it, and you done seen Dallas when he really puts his weight into somebody. When we played Quentin Ewers and Jaden Daniels, and he's hit him and just popped the shoulder out or gave Jaden Daniels a concussion. So if he wants to hit you, he can. And in my opinion, I feel like when you're unconsciously trying to run, that's the hardest hit, because you're just letting your body fly. And Terrion caught that full force. So it was so that was.
I wanted there's a part of me that wants to what is curious what the craziest Nick Saban story is. Yeah, we got to get this game on.
Yeah, it started. We're kicked off.
Quick reset.
Bama got the ball.
Is it playing behind us too? Oh, yeah. Fuck. We got to get this game on. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
All right. Is it going to work, though?
It's not working. First down, though. I'll tell you that much. Bryce Young.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. All right. We'll just let it go from here.
Hit play? Hit play, maybe? YouTube TV is weird, I feel like, sometimes. I
don't know, man. This shit's weird.
I fucked up your TV.
No, you're good.
I fucked up your setup. I was going to ask about Alabama, but I want to kind of move off of Bama and go into something. As a fan, I've always been really curious what it's been like to be drafted in the top 10. JC Latham goes, well, let me ask, did you know going into the week that you were going to be a top 10 pick?
Humbly, yes.
Yeah.
Mainly because when you're I don't want to be when you're that guy, I don't want to be cocky.
But it's not. Hold on. It's not even. It's not that you're being cocky. It's that when you have stats and when you have performance that backs up what you should be, there's nothing wrong with being this is where the conversation was going. There were people that were obviously saying, and your agent, we're gonna maybe pick you here.
So
at 7.
That's what gave me a lot of confidence in that. More so also because when the combine came, all the coaches, sorry, I'm really trying to get this game going. It's not.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do the old-fashioned trick of turning it off and turn it back on?
That's not going to work.
You don't think it's going to do
I tried that earlier. It's not. Anyway, we'll just keep it off for now. But, yeah, so.
I'm going to need updates behind me. But
So combine came and, all the coaches were telling me, or not coaches, the coaches actually, the NFL teams were telling me, where they see me going and all that stuff. And then, we tried not to hold weight to a lot of mock drafts, but, Mel Kiper had me at 5th, and that was a really big change. So we get past that little point, and then we had the top 30 visits, and that's where, in my opinion, I don't know, I thought they were playing, but I couldn't really get a sense.
Mm-hmm.
All the coaches that I met with after 9, like all of them were like, you're not going to be at this pick unless we trade up.
Interesting.
So they were like, you'll be gone before 9. I sat down with my mentor, who's coached me since high school. When I was in college, stayed in touch. He was at Colorado, George Hegeman, trained a lot of NFL guys. And he sat down. He's like, yeah, man, like, he's like, the 5th pick, they need a tackle. The 7th pick, they need a tackle. Chicago, they need a tackle. And he was like, I don't see you going past 9, but realistically, I don't see you going past 7. And that's what he was saying then. And then the night of, or the night before, actually, no, it was the day of, my agent came to the room and he was like, yeah, we have word that, you know, some of their high-end reporters, the reporters that, you know, not announce games, but like they
like Schefter's, Rappaport's, probably,
basically
insiders,
like that.
Yeah.
With the Chargers, they're like, yeah, they're taking you at 5. So that's the word. You know, and Harbaugh said he was going to do it. So no, he told me, he was like, yeah, we're taking you at 5. So I don't know where Joe Alt, if he came in before or after, whatever it might have been.
They fucked around.
Yeah. So when that happened, and I remember like, so the thought was like, hey, you're going to
LA.
Yeah, you're going to LA, and then he was like, if they don't, then you'll probably go to Tennessee. We don't see you going past either of those teams.
Yeah.
Though. So the 5th pick came, and I remember the 5th pick came, and every camera in the green room pointed directly at me. And I was just like, man, if this happens right now, it's going to be the craziest moment of my life. Like, and we get a call like, oh, they picked Joe up. So I'm like, all right. Like,
were you upset?
I was upset. I felt lied to, but not like in the sense of like, oh, I didn't want to play somewhere else. It was just like, if you don't want to take me, don't
tell
say,
me.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I'm not going to trip about it. And then, you know, I mean, honestly, I think I'm the best player in my position.
Yeah.
And coming out, you took Joe Alt, not, you know, whatever about it. But it just kind of said something to me. So, yeah, I was a little bit upset, but, you know, big night, moving on fast from it. And then I'll let the cards fall where they are and play ball when the season comes. 6th pick, knew they really
was that Malik?
Yeah, so they didn't really need a tackle. So we weren't really as focused on that one. Then when Tennessee was up, so the rule that I don't know if a lot of people know, I don't know if they still have it, but you have to wait. The teams have to wait 5 minutes into the pick to kind of give the call.
That's why the NFL draft takes so fucking long.
So no matter who would like, everybody knew Caleb Williams was going first.
Yeah.
They had like once that 5-minute mark hits on a 10-minute timer, then you can call. Yeah. So like when a 10-minute timer goes off, like you can't do anything, like whatever it might be. So like even if you know without a doubt, put his card in, like you just gotta wait. So when that 5-minute mark hit for us, with the Titans, I remember I was like, oh shit, I thought I'd get a call sometime soon. And I remember, I think I kept the timer somewhere near me or whatever it was, but I think it was like 34 seconds into like the 5-minute mark. I got the call. And then that's when I was like, oh shit. Like, so really big moment. Longest night of my life.
Dude, I'm going to ask about that, but I have to ask about something. When did you decide to bear hug Roger Goodell? Who's fresh off back surgery, might I add.
I can't remember how it went down. I think someone said,
I feel like they would have had shooters right away. They were like, don't pick up the commissioner.
Yeah, someone said don't pick him up.
And you were like, fuck that, I'm picking him up.
Yeah, I was just like, man, we're gonna remember this night here. So yeah, no.
Did he say something to you afterwards?
He actually talked to our GM.
He was like, don't fucking
later.
do that.
Yeah, he talked to our GM later.
He was like, tell your boy to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, basically. And then I met up with him the Commanders game.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty fun thing. So
what is it like once you're a top 10 pick? What are the next 72 hours like? Because you just said it's the longest night of your life. I've been a part of a few draft nights from the media side of things, and I've just sat back and seen all the things that you have to do. But I'm curious, like, JC Latham goes 7 overall to the Tennessee Titans. What do the next 72 hours look like?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So the next 4 were interviews. Like, so I was getting interviewed from every outlet, every source, everywhere, from fun interviews to very high-end, serious ones to whatever it might have been. So it was that. And then I got done. I remember, and I was really appreciative of my girlfriend. I felt like this was really awesome of her. She knew I was hungry, and I didn't have a chance to text like nobody. I was just, like,
you're also not looking at your phone.
Yeah, so I have an interview right here.
Yeah,
and then I literally, like, they have another interview station right there.
Right.
They're right there. They're right there.
Right.
And then they'll be like, hey, we got to go upstairs.
Right.
Hey, we got to go over here. Right. So it's like, it was really fun. And then it was like some photo shoots involved, you know, the Panini cars. Yeah. Really fun. Really busy. Really fun. Get done at 1 o'clock. And then obviously this is the draft. Traffic's horrible. Busy. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, you got a 45-minute drive. I wanted to text, but I was so tired. And I had everybody.
You also have 1,000 text messages.
Yeah. So it was that. But I also had everybody who meant a lot to me there. A couple of my guys who weren't able to make it, we have a group chat, so we already talked about it beforehand. Actually, I think just to make sure, because I think it was you were only limited to a certain amount of people going. And everybody, well, the other two guys in my group chat, they were in college still, and one of them, he was back home with his family during this process because he was also getting drafted. So I just remember when I got the call, I immediately shot that group chat a text. And I was like, yep, Tennessee. Yep. Like, right here. So I shot them a text. So they already knew. And like I said, basically everybody else were there. So it was a pretty surreal moment for me. My girlfriend ordered me some food without me knowing, which was really cool. When I got back. What time
do you get and then you get probably on a PJ, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I had to get up, I think it was like 8:39. So I got back at 8. And then it was awesome because it was the draft, but it was also her birthday. Yep. So
but that's a good birthday present.
I feel like it was, but it wasn't.
It's about you.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah. So I tried celebrating her birthday as best way I could. A lot of security, so I couldn't do too much. But I tried celebrating her birthday like that. So the next 24 after the draft, I was in Tennessee, saw everything, great, got to be with her, got to be with my family. And then they were like, hey, so we're going to take you back to Alabama now. I was like, dang, like, I'm going back to, because I haven't been to Bama since I left to start training.
It's been easily a month at least.
It was like, I left in January. So this is April.
So it's been like 4 months.
Yeah, so like now at this time, all the guys are getting ready for their spring game and spring practice. So it's like the new crews rolled in and so I remember like saying my like pieces to like everybody when I was leaving. Final when I declared. And to just come back, and I was like, man, like, this is crazy. So like, and I still had my apartment, and that honestly was like that. It was insane. Like I don't want to say I got emotional, but I got kind of emotional because
should be emotional.
Yeah, like I got back, and I was just like, man, like this is where everything, like the real work really started. You know, you put in a lot of work when you were a kid, but like this is where I really became a man, especially in this game. So, so I remember I got back there and I celebrated with my people, and they told me, like, hey, you report, I think it was May 4th or May 6th, one of those 2 days. I think it was May 4th, actually, because I think it went to May 6th for rookie minicamp. And they're like, yeah, you report this day, so we'll see you then. So leaving from Tennessee from another PJ back to Bama. So I had my playbook and I had, you know, my notes and everything, and and I just remember that week that came for me to leave, like just packing up my whole apartment, sending everything up here, and then like I remember I drove from Tennessee to from Alabama to Tennessee. Because they said like the hotel wouldn't be ready until the day of. So I was like, all right, I'll just drive there the night before, get my own hotel, and then go to the meetings and stuff like that from there, and then switch over when I get back. And I remember just like being with my family, packing everything up, and like leaving my apartment just like completely empty. And it was,
feels real.
Like, and I was just like, dang, like that's it. Like it's
that's crazy.
Time to get up here. So so it was a really crazy moment for me.
Those calls when you get on the phone with the GM, the head coach, and the owner, are they as awkward from your perspective as they look on camera? Because all that's said always is just like, you ready to get to work? How you feeling? Like, first of all, what do you want me to say? Second of all, from my perspective, from someone that's just watching on Twitter, it looks horrible. It looks so awkward. Is it as awkward from your perspective?
I'm not gonna lie, and I never told nobody this. So I promised. Well, I didn't even promise. My girl and my stepmom thought I would cry, and I was like, I'm not gonna cry. I almost cried. So I was fighting back tears, and then everybody was celebrating. So I really couldn't hear.
Right.
So I was just saying any phrase that made sense.
Yep.
So I was like, yes, sir, let's do it. Like, I'm super excited. I heard him say, like, are you fired up?
Yeah.
And then I heard him say, like, let's go or something like that. So I was just mimicking everything. And then I don't even remember the phone call hanging up. And I just knew, like, I was going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I was so fired up, and I was really so emotional, fighting back, like, my own tears. Like, I was just like, honestly, I don't care what you say. You could say, like, hey, we're gonna cut you right now. I was just like, I wasn't hearing anything
I would hope
at that
they wouldn't
moment.
say I'm gonna cut you right
I mean,
now.
yeah, but just like, yeah.
It looks horrible. I will say it looks so awkward, and I feel like that's a good negotiation tactic. Is just repeat everything that they're saying to you. Like
I was saying anything that made sense to me.
All right, so you go top 10 overall.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about your rookie year.
Yeah.
3-14, last in division.
Yeah.
But I am curious because I have two questions based off your rookie year. You sign a 4-year, $26 million, fully guaranteed deal, $15 million signing bonus. What is the dumbest thing you bought with that money?
Dumbest.
Or best thing, I would say. But just like, and I'll put context around this. If I get handed a $15 million signing bonus, I'm purposely buying something so dumb just to fucking be done with it.
I don't think I bought anything dumb. I just think I bought things.
You bought things you need.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, so dumb.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say dumb because, like, so I had a car in college, a really nice car.
Yeah.
But I wanted another car.
Yeah.
So I got another car.
Yeah.
And I made sure my family was good. Eventually I got another car. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it was really, in my opinion, to be really unnecessary. You know, I look at guys like, you know, Lloyd Cushenberry and Peter Skoronski and, you know, Peter, I'm not going to give his situation out, but he's extremely financially smart.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, like, almost with a sense of envy because I'm like,
interesting.
I'm like, dang, like, I remember going over to this place for the first time and I was like, oh yeah, we're spending our money two different ways.
We're different.
So, you know, and he was very smart with his money and he was like explaining like what his process was. And he was like even with my cars, he was like, you only drive one car. You don't need it. You can only wear one pair of shoes.
You want two cars. If I get that, I'm buying two cars right away. I want one for a good day and one for a bad day.
And that's the thing. I remember I bought my first car right away.
Yeah.
But I bought the second one. I actually bought the second one like a couple months ago. So it's like, you know, so yeah, it was just some stupid stuff. I mean, but I want to.
You're financially responsible.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of money in investments and stocks and stuff like that. Good. So I do have a good team around me. They just try to make sure I spend it. Totally. We separate the money for investment, so we already take it out, so I don't even care about it.
Yeah.
And then they like, hey, this is how much you have. We're gonna budget it, and
I would be done with it. I'm done with my money now.
Yes,
and
there's
not a lot to it, to be very clear.
I gotta remember I'm 22. So
Well, you're smarter than me. I'm 28, but you're definitely smarter than me. Yeah, I'm curious. Your rookie year happens. What are you most and least proud of from your rookie year?
I don't really have. Most proud. I didn't miss a snap. I saw an award for that. Yeah. I didn't, or not even an award. I saw a stat about that. I didn't miss a snap. Least proud. I didn't like how I finished the year. I remember I got to that Chargers week thinking, you know, I was in great shape and I was balling, which I was, but you know, I gave up. I think at the time I gave up 2 sacks going into Thanksgiving. Yeah. And as a rookie, I was really good. Mm-hmm. And I gave up 4 sacks in the last 5 games, like 2 in the Texans game and 2 to Josh Allen. So, you know, it was just like looking at all of that. I just wish I finished stronger. So that was my biggest thing. So I wish I finished it stronger.
So you go through your rookie year. You guys are 3-14. You go into the offseason.
Yeah.
You're going to get a quarterback. The number 1 overall pick. When did you know Cam Ward was going to be the pick?
I tried holding off on it for as long as I could.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to set my hopes up. Didn't want to put my everything. I didn't want to be biased. Say if we got, you know, anybody else at quarterback or any position. Right. I didn't want to be like, oh, I really wanted him. Totally. You know. So I was just like, I'm open minded to whatever. I think we did a great job prior to the draft to address a lot of issues. Yeah. So, Yeah, I mean, but I think I knew it was like, okay, this is probably happening when, after his top 30 visit, I don't know when it was, but I remember I showed up. I think it was sometime in March, early March, because no, it was sometime late March or whatever it was, because I showed up early April because at this time I've lost all the weight.
Yeah. You feeling good?
And I feel really good. One of my friends were getting married, so he invited us to the wedding. So I was in Dallas for 5 weeks training. So I was there from the first week of March to the second week of April, and then I came back here to grab my stuff because I was going to go on a trip with my girl before OTA started. So I was like, hey, I'm back in town. Let me stop by the coaches. So stopped by the coach's office and talked to them, and then talked to a couple other coaches, and that's when they were like, yeah, we had a couple rookies in here, with draftees, seeing how they are. And everybody was really impressed with how Cam carried himself. And from that point, I started seeing a lot more content of Cam saying, like, oh, the Titans have the best receivers. Like, I love Cam, you know what I mean? And then,
all right.
Yeah, so, I mean, he showed a lot of confidence in it. And then he just kept popping up so much, so I gave him a follow. He followed me back. I'm like, now I saw like he followed a lot of our other teammates. So
you're like, this shit's happening now.
Okay, yeah,
you know.
So,
but you as someone on the team, they're not telling you that. Obviously,
nah.
You're just reading like the same tea leaves that like
seeing
people
what
like
guys
us
are saying. Yeah. Ridley talked to him, so yeah.
I think it's insane. No one is giving Cam Ward the attention and love he deserves. It's all Shador, and there's no slight to Shador. Yeah. 5th round pick. I feel like if anything, there's more Jackson Dart than Cam Ward.
That's awesome.
Why don't you think Cam's getting the love and attention that he deserves? I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, I think Shador is a household name.
Yeah.
And I think, New York was one of those places where they struggled how we did last year. Yeah. But there's such in my opinion, like a marketable area. So especially with Malik being over there now, and then they got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, and now you got another quarterback. Everybody's kind of eager to see how that, because I mean,
such bullshit though.
You love Tennessee, but you kind of get a sense of with the number 1 pick, it's really at the time it was between him and Will, and then Will got his surgery, so he's not playing this year. So now everybody knew it was Cam. So he got his attention for when he was playing, but everybody was I mean, Jameis Winston draws a crowd wherever he's at.
Always.
So there's that. Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And then you got like I said, rookie first-round pick over there too. So it's a lot of attention, and it's all happening in New York.
Yeah.
So, that's all happening. So, but I mean, I think it's great though.
I think it's better for you guys, actually.
Yeah, I mean, no one knows anything. You don't see anything. Yeah. So it's like what we know we have. Yeah. You're just gonna see it on game day. Like you see I'm not saying you see everything about Jackson Dart, but you see a lot of them. Yeah. So it's kind of like even though he's the number 1 pick, kind of see him as treat him like a hidden gem.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous. I think, like I said, as someone who grew up in Miami, as someone who wanted to go to Miami but couldn't because he's dumb, and someone that had a close look on Cam, I think Cam Ward is the most overlooked number 1 pick, maybe of the last decade. Yeah. Just in terms of the love he's getting. But I want to move it forward as we're beginning to wrap this up of looking to this year. Sophomore year, drop some weight.
Yeah, a lot of weight.
You're going up against some insane pass rushers this year.
Going up against some shit, yeah.
You're facing Nick Bonito, Jared Verse, Will Anderson, Max Crosby, Khalil Mack, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, and Chris Jones. In your sophomore year, who is JC Latham most excited to go up against?
Will Anderson.
Because that's your boy.
Yeah.
Didn't he cook you?
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And I was more upset because he said what he would do, not in the sense of I'm targeting JC, but in a sense of he felt what he can do to win his matchup against me. He won his matchup, and I give him his respect and his props to that. I think there's a lack of respect for me in that regard. So outside of the competitiveness of, myself, just kind of the vendetta I have with that situation as a whole. And that was my motivation. I mean, every day I woke up, I was on my mind, every single weight I lifted, every single time I did something. I knew I was going against all these guys like Myles Garrett. And, honestly, truth be told, that's why I got a trainer, because towards the end of offseason, first, I call it the first phase before OTA started. in March, and I had a trainer like who I worked with, for a month. But I hired him full time because I saw he was working out with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And
You're like, I need to know this guy's techniques.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to get too, I don't want to get to the season and have a regret.
Right.
So, I was like, let's not even waste time and wait till next year to be like, okay, we could have did this year better. Like, let's just
go into
empty
it.
the clip and do everything I can do, and then we'll adjust next year. But let's not leave it up to doubt. So,
did you and Will talk afterwards about it? Was he giving you shit, or you just haven't? You're like,
we didn't talk after the first game. No, we talked a little bit, but it was a weird feeling because he played really good, but we won. So it was like, and I'm fucked up about it. And then I remember the second game I was really locked in, and he didn't even fucking play.
Yeah,
and he was like, I'm getting ready for the playoffs. So. It was a lot. So I'll catch up with him when I see him. But
I just named a fuck ton of the most elite defensive linemen / edge rushers in the game. I'm curious, who is JC Latham's top 5 edge rushers in the game right now?
I think you got to go with Myles at 1.
Myles 1. I think he would be. I think. I mean, Steelers and Browns fans kill each other over it, but I feel like it's those two. You have Myles Garrett at 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be in order. I feel like just who are the top 5 off the top of your head?
Why?
TJ has to be.
Yeah. Max is really, really good. Very disruptive. Bosa.
Yeah.
Bosa is extremely disruptive. And
did you put like Micah in there?
I would put Micah in there. I could, yeah. But honestly, like I want to give props to Will though. Like Will, but that's the thing. You can talk. Because I don't want to leave out because the Neil Hunter's extremely good. Will's extremely good. Micah's extremely good. I mean, Allen's good.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of, and I think I saw a caption, not a caption, but a comment by Will Campbell, and the maturity to see that was awesome. To say it was awesome. The difference between college and the pros was, in college, if you're a bad team, you're a bad team. You don't got good players. In the pros, you can be a bad team with all pro players. Like, like us got Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
Browns, Myles Garrett. So
it's crazy.
Teams that barely scraped with 3 wins or 4 wins, 5 wins, whatever,
have all the talent in the world.
Literally some of the greatest players in their position, or on the team. So, it's pretty exciting.
I feel like that 5 is very similar to the quarterbacks, where who the top 4 quarterbacks are. Most people would say it.
Yeah.
5, then
it could be open for.
It could be. I mean, I would put Jalen in there, but I feel like after Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson,
Jalen. In my opinion, honestly, Jalen's number 1 to me, man. I'm aside from Cam being number 1, because Cam, I'm always say my quarterback's the best quarterback.
Sure.
So Cam's number 1, but Jalen's because I say he's that because if you win games.
What else matters?
That's it's like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady wins games.
Yes.
So he might not be able to throw the ball the farthest. He might not be the fastest. He might not be, but you win the game.
You win the game.
And he won the game in the Super Bowl by a handsome margin, and the score didn't reflect that because it was really over when Chiefs scored more. But in the last matchup, he was the better quarterback.
Jalen Hurts has outplayed the definitive number 1 quarterback that 99% of the people would say.
So it's
in the most important game.
And honestly,
yes.
You
JC.
could argument he's the MVP in that Super Bowl loss because he played that good.
But what do you have to say to people when they're like, the team, the talent around him?
I think you just win.
You just have to win.
And it's Smitty's a really good receiver. AJ's a really good receiver.
Offensive line,
offensive line, best line in the league. I hope we can get what they got.
There. Yeah.
But O-line's extremely good. That's crazy. O-line's extremely good. Saquon being added to that was insane.
I hadn't even mentioned him. Right. And the defense.
Defense was really good, but it's not like you can name a plethora of other teams, like I said, that have great players around them.
Yeah.
That have established players who are all world in those positions, and you just got to win.
I don't think it's fair to take the team Jalen Hurts is on away from his ability to win.
Yeah.
I think saying Jalen Hurts is the number 1 quarterback in the NFL, although I disagree, is well deserved. You cannot dispute it
because he wins, and I mean he is consistent. And someone Andrew Whitworth had a saying, greatness is consistency over time. So Patrick Mahomes is very consistent. Like he wins. He's Super Bowl multi Super Bowl champ. But in those games, Jalen's been the better player, better quarterback. So I mean, I can understand why people have Patrick over him. Yeah. So it makes sense. But in my opinion, like if I was Jalen Hurts, I would say I'm better than him because when I played him, I played better. So I don't care about anything else. I don't care what you did with somebody else. If I play you, I win. I'm better. That's how I see it.
Well, now we get into his winning a quarterback stat and everything, but
I think it comes down to the quarterback stat. I think it's really hard to win without a quarterback. Yeah. But I think the quarterback's the engine of the offense, and the team too. If you don't have it's hard to compete with a track hawk with a Honda engine. I love that you just said that.
I want to start wrapping it up. I love to do this thing where I don't tell the people that follow who's coming on. I just say the position. So I have some fan-led questions for you. Now, I asked people to submit questions. I picked my favorite ones, just ones that I'd be also curious about. And maybe we'll pick 2 or 3. But this one's from Joey M977. He said, if all the big dogs are getting together, what are we eating or what are we ordering? So let's paint the scene. Sunday Night Football. Yeah. We played Thursday night. We can just relax. Maybe we're getting together. Maybe you're hosting. You have a big fucking living room. What are we ordering? Or what are we cooking? What are we doing?
Man.
Well, we know what you're eating. You're eating fucking rice cakes and
So when I host or when I do anything like that, I tend to expand outside of it because it's one meal. It's not going to kill you. Honestly, we're guys, we're men, so we don't overcomplicate it. So we love Wagyu, we love steak, we love chicken, we love all the sides that come with it. We love the dip. So
I'm starving.
We probably just throw together everything and just have a feast.
Every single protein you could find, you're having it.
So we definitely just get on the grills and just go crazy. So
this is from RiseUp_DirtyBirds for life. My guess is he's an Eagles fan and probably he's going to like that you just said about Jalen Hurts. But he said, what is or was your favorite memory in your football career?
It's going to be really controversial. I love that Rose Bowl game.
The one you lost?
Yeah.
Against your high school quarterback, J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah.
Bro.
It was my favorite place to play. Georgia by a close second because that was like our coach said, and it really hit me. He was like, we knew to achieve our goals, we're going to have to play Georgia. And I was like, that hit me because I never even thought about it that way. True. And I was like, dang, so you got to come to face with reality of what this is. We got to beat them. It's not like we hope that, what I mean? And I'm not saying I was scared or anything like that, but it was just like a really cool, in football, you really can't say who you're going to play. Yeah. But in some seasons, in some ways, you can say, in order to be this or in order to be that, you got to beat that. Yeah. And you know what it is. So in order to beat the Eagles, you got to stop the run. Or in order to make it to the playoffs that year, we had to beat Georgia. Right. And that meant a lot to me. That game meant a lot to me. But it felt like it felt like a regular season game that was an away game, just with a lot on the line. The Rose Bowl, though, like every section was rotating. So Michigan, Alabama, sunset. And I'm a big sunset, sunrise guy. So seeing the sky turn different colors, the blimp flying over, close back and forth game.
It's great just plays being made in a football.
I wish it worked out in our favor, but you can't say that everybody was just fighting. Yeah. We were all just fighting and competing, and we were leaving it all out there. I left that game with multiple issues in my hands. I had a high ankle sprain, broken toe, and that's everybody.
Yeah,
so it's
injured,
you know what I mean? You wish you would have won the game, but it's in the same time, it's if you were to lose, you lost with nothing left in the tank. Yeah. There was no crazy. Man, I should have did more here. Or, man, you obviously you're gonna make a mistake. Yeah. You're gonna have plays you wish you can get back or whatever the case may be. But you're leaving knowing that from a physical stamina point and energy, there was no I should have ran faster or I should have made that block.
You left it all out there.
I left it all out there. And I love Mason Graham, the rookie with the Browns. I love going against him. he wasn't a shit talker. He wasn't all that. He was just about his business. He worked, and it was really fun because I don't think Georgia didn't live up to what I thought they would do. They were great all around, especially their secondary. Yeah. Like every pass we threw, like hard. I've never seen guys break on the ball so quick. Mm-hmm. So at that time, but Michigan, like especially going against him, like as a dominant 3-tech, like that was extremely fun. Like whenever I had a block on him or whatever it might be, it was really fun.
I got one last social game for you. That's quick, and then I need something completely different from football to talk to you about very quickly because I know we got to get back to this Bama game. Yeah. This is a game called Fast Five. So I want to know JC Latham's Fast Five. I'm going to ask you a set of 5 fast-hitting NFL questions. I want you to spit out whatever comes off the dome. Okay. All right? Where was your favorite place you've played?
Oh.
Whole career.
Whole career?
Could be whole career. It doesn't have to be NFL.
Oh, Rose Bowl.
Okay. NFL. Give me NFL.
Man, my favorite place, I don't like the team, but it was Buffalo. I like Buffalo.
Hardest NFL stadium to play in?
Honestly, none of them has been too crazy. Buffalo was really loud.
I was gonna say
that's probably why it was like one of my favorites. But I think it's hard to kind of reenact that energy. Yeah. Coming from college, especially Alabama, because we had 110,000 fans. Yeah. College, I think it caps off at like 70. So it's like it's a lot of fans. Don't get me wrong, but you got a whole bunch of kids, frat parties and stuff like that, just screaming like, none of them got work on a Monday, how everybody here does. So when you add that responsibility factor in, you still love the game, but you just can't be as reckless as you like to be.
Totally. Brian Denny, so we'll say that. That's the hardest place he played at. What about the easiest NFL stadium?
Easiest one?
Easiest.
Say Miami. We were both.
You motherfucker!
Yeah, we were both struggling.
I had Robbie Chosen on, and he said the same thing. Yeah. And I baited him into it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were both.
Because we don't show up.
Time. I don't want to say it started. I don't know what happened, but the grass was getting really beat up. It was just
It was a Monday night game in a row. So you motherfucker! Cool. All right, biggest misconception about being an NFL athlete.
They think because we're linemen, we're like slow and
unathletic.
Unathletic, and like I was telling somebody the other day, we're the most athletic, skilled position on the group because we got to block the freaking 4-4 running corners. Yep. And Micah Parsons, they just had a stat that if he were to play corner with the Packers, he'd be the second fastest corner with the 40 times. Crazy. So it's like we have to block that, and then we have to be able to stop guys who are like Travondre Sweat. So you have to have such an array of things where you'll see a corner, and even though he wants to be a big body, he'll admit oh, I'm not going to be able to lift this, or I'm not going to be able to block that. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Some guys will throw their body in there, but on a consistent basis, and we have to do that. And then we have to be able to cover in space and block them too. So it's
I'm a slut for tackles. I've always thought you guys should win the MVP and be in the MVP running. Last question, most memorable moment in the NFL?
Most memorable moment in the NFL. I'll probably say when we got our first win. That was a really big moment. We played the Dolphins. We got our first win there. My teammate told him, Peter.
That hurts.
Yeah, he was like, you're not gonna be able to sleep tonight after your first win. Yeah. I couldn't. My mind was like, I drank a Red Bull for the first time when I drove to Texas over the summer to start training. So I drank a Red Bull because it was me and my brother splitting a 10-hour drive, and anybody who knows me, 30 minutes is my limit. Yeah. If I'm driving. I ever since I was a kid, I've always fell asleep in cars. So the nostalgic of being in a car, especially now, if I get in the car, I'm gonna just naturally get sleepy. Yeah. So I drank the Red Bull and I was up for 7 hours. Yeah. I had 2 or 3. I was up for 7 hours. And that was my first time having that. When we beat y'all last year, it was the same feeling. I both times when I drove and after we won, I couldn't close my eyes. I physically I could blink obviously, but I couldn't drift off or my eyes wouldn't my eyes would just be wide open the whole time. It's like I just woke up.
Yeah, it was a whole new world.
Right, and it was like I didn't just play I didn't just play a game. Didn't fall asleep on the flight at all on the way back.
Fuck me,
didn't man. I had to. I don't even know what I did that night. I think I went to bed 3 or 4 a.m. We had to get up early anyway because we had a Monday movement, whatever, or Tuesday movement. I guess I don't know, but.
Yeah, we get it. Miami's easy to play. We suck as fans. We're fucking bullshit.
Nah.
I'm glad I didn't put the Dolphins thing on. This has been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it.
I had 2 questions else that I wanted to ask you, but I don't want to do it. It was either going to be Drake related or I saw you went to Japan this offseason. Now, my wife would appreciate the Japan question, but I would appreciate the Drake question because I'm a slut for Aubrey.
Yeah.
What was Japan like?
It was awesome.
I've never been. My wife was like, we're not going to go until we have kids. I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
I'll go for the kids.
I want to go right now.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's surreal. It's surreal. It was extremely clean. I've never seen homeless people be so organized. Like they had a shoe rack.
Yeah.
They had a tent. Like, not just a regular tent. Like they had they built them like a tent.
Yeah.
Like clothes section for clothes. Like it was insane. It was outside of that. It was extremely clean, beautiful scenery from the Tokyo Tower to Shibuya to everything. And then, they don't do tips, which is something I didn't know. But everything over there, the way they treated you was just so immensely profound as far as like really caring about how they treated you.
Yeah,
and I remember
level,
when I got there, obviously it was a 14-hour flight.
Right.
So I get there and so helpful with customs, getting us to our hotel, everything. And then, I asked my girl, like, hey, it's a really nice scene. You want to go grab a drink, grab some food. And immediately, like, before we can even finish that conversation, they're knocking on our doors. Hey, we know you guys just landed. Do you guys need any towels or anything like that? Actually, I'm like, yo, like, it was amazing. Like, I remember I was up at 5:30 in the morning almost every day just watching the sun come up and
fucking nice.
Yeah, reading a book, doing some yoga. Obviously still didn't want to, because I just lost all the weight. So I didn't want to
put it all back on.
Yeah, put it back on. So I was working out. They had a beautiful gym there.
I need to go.
Yeah, I bought a sword actually.
Yeah, I saw your fucking samurai sword.
Yeah, so I had to come back with something. So yeah, I mean, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. Would have went back in the phase 2 of offseason where OTAs ended, training camp hasn't started yet. But I mean, if I go, I'm planning a trip to go back. When I go back, I'm there for like 10 days. Like,
I'm sold, dude. Yeah, I want to fucking go. You've had quite the offseason.
Yeah.
You went to Japan. You lost weight. You're ready to fucking go sophomore year.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, JC.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on, man. I enjoyed this time. I know we went over. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you having me at your home. Your house is beautiful. I'm a fan for life, and I hope other people are as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.